If you have fears, welcome to the club. We're bombarded by them everywhere we look, in media and advertisements. And that's not to mention that little voice that will come to you and say, "What's that noise?" just as you're about to go off to sleep. And then once it's got your full attention, it will give you a few more to worry about and mull over. And so that'll be the end of that good night's sleep. Best to look it right between the eyes and form a plan with solutions and knock the wind right out of its sails. I found the best way to deal with this confrontation from fear is to see it as a signpost. You're driving along the road and you'll see, for example, a one lane bridge. So what do? You prepare for that situation. You don't start thinking about all the other signs that may be further down the road. What you do is you navigate that one lane bridge carefully and cautiously and with your experience. And we've got plenty of experience. You shouldn't doubt yourself. We're all capable of handling any situation, providing it's not fueled by fear. And that's what cripples us. And then we start being a bit irrational. So, yes, just take those signs or those problems one at a time. And you're an intelligent person. You must be. You got here so far. You didn't put your finger in a socket as a child, did you? Or did you? If you come across a metaphorical tree across your path on the road and you can't manage it on your own to move it, get help. Never ever struggle on your own. There's always somebody out there that can assist you. And it doesn't take long to find that person or those people that can help you. Just don't be afraid to ask. Avoid possible issues by planning sensibly. For example, I belong to roadside assistance, so that gives me peace of mind because there's no way I could change a tyre on this vehicle. But it's actually a personal kind of service, so it doesn't matter what vehicle I'm driving, which I find is a really good bonus. And as far as mechanical requirements that may be needed in the future, um, I have a pension plan, KiwiSaver it's called in New Zealand, that I cashed in when I was eligible, and that's my nest egg for calamities. Regarding issues like health, no one knows the future. We just have no idea what's going to happen, and some of us are going to be dealt a shitty hand, let's face it. And when that happens, you have to just face it head on. But the most important thing is to get a team of support people around you. Have them on hand, their friends, family, whatever it might be, social groups, because when something like that happens, it's a crisis in your life and you feel fearful, which is understandable. And what you have to do is call on your team. Doesn't matter how big or small they are, they will be able to evaluate the situation, encourage you, and steer you in making the right decisions. Because when you're living in pain, for example, and fear, you're not going to make rational choices. So you need to have someone that knows you well, that can support you. And so that's really important, with, not only with health, but all sorts of different calamities that we do. We come along, they come along, I should say, and try us and put us to the test, so to speak, sorely. So it goes without saying, of course, to have medical insurance or whatever. I mean, I can only speak from my own personal experiences of what we have in New Zealand, but I'm sure that there's people from all over the world who are in totally different circumstances. So I'm certainly haven't got a PhD in anything like that to advise you, but you have to think about what you can do. Give it some thought. If you do that, then when fear rears its ugly head, don't give it tea and biscuits. Don't sit there listening to it. Act upon the response that's going to be necessary to ensure that you feel secure and confident that if something happens to you, no matter what, you have got things in place. And so fear is no longer the enemy. It's been neutralized. His ammo's gone. Your mind loves the what if game. And it's something that you shouldn't be concerned about what if, you just need to be concerned with what is going on. So whatever is going on, face that fact. Don't worry too much about what ifs, because there's so many of them, so many scenarios, you will never ever be able to preempt all of them. So don't waste your energy on the what ifs. And I'll tell you a little story. I'm dreadful at telling stories, so I hope I get this right. There was a farmer who needed to borrow a plough. His had broken down and he needed one desperately. And he thought, oh, Farmer Giles has got a plough. I think I'll pop over and see if he'll lend it to me. So off he goes. He's walking along the road and the fears start creeping in. What if Farmer Giles' plough is broken? What if Farmer Giles has lent it to somebody else? Walking along a little bit further, maybe he doesn't want to lend it to me, and so on and so forth. He finally gets to Farmer Giles's house, knocks on the door, and by this time he's so distraught, he says to Farmer Giles, you can stick your plough up your ass because I don't want it anyway. Now, poor old Farmer Giles, he's oblivious to what's been going on in the farmer's head. But that's what ifs will do to you. They make you unreasonable and irrational. So just concentrate on the what ifs. Sorry, just concentrate on the what is, not the what ifs. I told you I was rotten at telling stories. If you've made it this far, thank you. I do appreciate everyone who has been watching my videos and sending beautiful messages of kindness. I am just truthfully overwhelmed at the response that I've had on that last video. I've had restored faith in humanity because I've seen people who have shown me such generosity with their time and sitting down and writing their stories, sharing them with everyone. And it's also been wonderful to see other people responding to others in that same manner and showing care and consideration. And it is just, as I say, restored my faith in humanity to see that there are still people out there with the old values that I share. And so it's been just wonderful. Now, if I have not responded to somebody, it really upsets me to think that I might have overlooked a message and it looks like I've ignored you. Please give me another shout. And I can't always see things on my little phone. It's very hard to see the threads. So if I have missed you, this is a personal message to you out there that I do care and thank you for your support. So until next time, everyone, thank you again. I just can't thank you enough. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.